manage that. Inshallah, we won't be long. Rasulullah says in a hadith that, and unfortunately we weren't able to put the hadith up, but the hadith goes, اتقوا الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن وخالق الناس بخلق حسن أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says in a hadith that اتقوا الله, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wherever you are. وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحها, and follow up by an evil deed, a bad deed, a mistake by a hasana, by a good deed. تمحها, the good deed will wipe out the bad deed, or they fix thereof. وخالق الناس بخلق حسن, and interact with people with good character. Interact with people with good character. So we know that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was Jawami'ul Kalim. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's speech was very comprehensive, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, unlike any other of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, he was sent for the entire mankind. So other nations, they were sent to tribes and nations. Sometimes one specific individual, a prophet was sent to him. Sometimes a small community, a prophet was sent to them. Sometimes a city, a prophet was sent to them. The Prophet ﷺ was sent for the entire mankind, which would mean that whatever advices Rasulullah ﷺ gave to the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala and the companions, that those advices would have to apply to each and every person ila taqum as-sa'ah, until the day of Qiyamah. So Rasulullah ﷺ advises us here with three things, and these three things has got to do with, firstly, our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and secondly, our relationship with people. And that's all that there is. Even if you look in the entire Sharia, if you look in fiqh and other abwab, you will find that the discussions are based on either one of two things. Either discussion is based on the relationship between me and Allah, how am I making salah, what is the manner of my, and so forth. And the second is that what is my relationship between me and the rest of people, Muslims, non-Muslims, each and every one. So Rasulullah ﷺ gives us the general rule for our entire life. Our entire life. So our default state should be that ittaqullah haythuma kuntum. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wherever you are. Whatever condition a person finds himself in, has to have taqwa. Have to have taqwa. Whatever condition a person is in, which means if I'm angry, if I'm happy, if I'm sad, our action shouldn't be a result of our emotional state. Our action shouldn't be a result of our emotional state. Because I'm angry, I act in this way. Because I'm happy, I act in this way. Because I'm excited, I act in this way. My action should stem forth from my fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like Mullah Mu'adh, we were speaking about on Jumu'ah, he said that the wife, for example, why should you love the wife? Because you feel like loving the wife today, or because she did something that is lovable. So this is incorrect. Not because she did something that is lovable, rather because she is the wife, and the command of Allah with regards to the wife is that the wife must be loved because of the position she holds. Why must you respect the teacher? Because he has a lot of ilm, because he has knowledge? No, because he sits in the seat of Ustadiyya. He sits in the seat of teaching. So you have to respect the teacher. So our actions have to come from taqwa. This is our default state. But of course, the person, he cannot remain in a default state your whole life. Either you're moving up or you're going down. So either you're increasing in your default state, you're increasing in taqwa, you're increasing in closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're increasing in all those things that are good. But we all make mistakes. So with regards to this mistake, Rasulullah sallallahu said, وَأَتْبِعِ السَّيِّئَةَ الْحَسَنَةَ تَرْكُهَا. Follow the bad deed with a good deed. Rasulullah sallallahu didn't even say that if you do a bad deed, follow it up with a good deed. Rasulullah sallallahu could have said that in Naseehah with Allah, or if you in fasaqa, like a person, Rasulullah could have made it a shop. If you do a bad deed and then make tawbah, if you do, but Rasulullah just made a statement. وَأَتْبِعِ السَّيِّئَةَ الْحَسَنَةَ تَمْحُهَا. Why? Because it's inevitable that the person will make mistakes. Inevitable that the person will make mistakes. Inevitable that the person will slip. He will go a little bit off the, not off the path, but he will become forgetful, and this is how insan has been created. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, out of his rahmah, out of his mercy, knowing about our weakness, knowing even one Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Hanqala, he came to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam at once, and he said, O Rasulullah, when I'm in your gathering, then basically what he meant is that my mind is high, boosted, like Sheikh Tariq was saying now, when you go to the camp, then you're going to get boosted, right? And you're going to come back full of energy, full of excitement, and full of zeal. So the Sahaba used to feel like this in the gathering of the Prophet ﷺ. So alhamdulillah, when he went home, he said, now he goes home and he interacts with his family, and they didn't even have the TV to put on, they didn't have the radio to listen to, they didn't have the amusement park to go to. But the Sahabi said, when I go home, then the condition of my mind changes. So he became worried about himself. So he went to the Prophet ﷺ to sort this matter out. So on the way, he meets Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu asked him, what's the story? What's going on? Where are you going? So he explains to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu his condition. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, that the ulama mentioned, greatest person after the Sahaba, after the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, is Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And he says, I find myself in the same condition. Right, I'm going to join you. Let's go to the Prophet ﷺ and sort this matter. So they explain the condition to Rasulullah ﷺ. Then Rasulullah ﷺ says to them, he says, Oh Hanbala, that you cannot remain in this condition forever. Your mind increases and decreases. Your mind sometimes will be high, sometimes will be low. If you have to keep your condition like this, then when you walk in the street, you're going to make sarab with malaria. So if you have to keep your condition like this, then you're going to make sarab with malaria. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, as-sa'atu fas-sa'a. One step at a time. One step at a time. So our default state must be this, that we fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wherever we are, and we increase. And whenever we make a mistake, and we will make mistakes, right, then we follow it up with a good deed. Right? We follow it up with a good deed, and that can be many things. The first of which is Taqwa, istighfar, which is the chapter answer. And then وَخَالِقِ النَّاسِ بِخُلُقٍ حَسَنٍ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, so, and this will be a result of our taqwa. This will be a result of our taqwa, that we interact with people with good character. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. That it is as if the only reason that I have been sent is to perfect the standards of character. To perfect the standards of character. That's why if you read history, one of the main topics of history, right, the bad topics, is moral degradation. Moral degradation. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this times immemorial disease that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to cure, he said, as if I came only to perfect the standards of character. And we will end here. Good character, and Ghazali rahimahullah ta'ala, he speaks about this topic at length. Few pages in the Yahya, he speaks about good character. And he says that many of those who came before, they spoke about character, but they didn't speak about Ainul Khuluq. They didn't speak exactly what is good character. They were speaking about the fruits of good character. Like, for example, if you see a person do an act of generosity, this is a fruit of good character. If you see a person smiling with you, this might be a fruit of good character. If you see a person overlooking somebody else, this might be a fruit of good character. If you see a person restraining his anger, it might be a fruit of good character. But it's not character in and of itself, because it might be that the person is giving something but is not giving for the sake of Allah. A person is restraining his anger, but not because he wants to restrain his anger, because that's my boss, I'm gonna get fired. So I can't shout at him. So what character is that? What akhlaq is that? Were to have the opportunity, you would have shouted. Were to have the opportunity, you would have fighted. You would have fought. So this is not good character. And he mentions four things. Right? He mentions four things. He says that good character is not the fi'l. Good character is not the quwwah. Good character is not the ma'rifah. Right? Forget the last one. He says first, good character is not the fi'l. It's not the act in and of itself. And a person smiles, good character can be like I say, tweegefried. Can we do that? Right? That's a good character. The action in and of itself. Because a person might do an action, but in his heart something else. In his heart is something else. And good character is not the quwwah, not the ability to do that. Not the ability to do that. A person, everybody has the ability to smile. For so long as you have jaws in, what they say, what do you call this? Well, you can smile without teeth also. For so long as you have muscles in your face, you can smile. But the ability to smile doesn't give me good character, just because I have the ability to smile. وَلَيْسَ هُوَ الْمَعْرِفَةِ, and it's not the knowledge thereof. Like for a person to know that part of smiling or part of good character is tabassum. Rasulullah was always smiling. So to know this, to have this information is not good character. To have the information about generosity and the benefits thereof is not good character. But what is good character? Good character, he says, it's a condition that is on the person's heart. Condition is a hay'a, he says, a hay'a التي تستعد بها على حسن الخلق. It is that condition on the person's heart which will allow him to do good actions, to have good thoughts, to act on his abilities, to act on his ilm. This is good character. So good character is not one of the three that I do the action but the person, like in the relation to the beginning of the hadith, person has to work on his heart and he has to work on it's a very lengthy discussion. The person in essence has to work to see that how he can develop the values of good character. So a person can have a good personality but they don't necessarily have good values. Like they have a lot of workshops and quick ways to earn the pleasure of your boss, quick way to make money, quick way to keep friends, how to make, you see all these videos on YouTube. So this, they say this is the personality syndrome. Develop a good personality so that you can have, because we social media driven, right? So you must have a good personality, how to make friends, how to make connections, how to keep your boss happy, how to keep your friends happy, how to, right? So this is personality. So we don't have to have good personality. Person has to have good values. If the person has good values, that's what Imam Ghazali rahimahullah was saying 1,000 years ago. If a person has good values, then immediately we'll see the fruits of good character. If the person has the value, right, of afu, if he has that value, then regardless of the situation, he will be able to produce the correct amal. So in conclusion, we mentioned Rasulullah says in the hadith, and we can take this as a dustur. You can take it as a, post it on your wall and live your life by it. That make our default state the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if ever we happen to fall from this default state, and then we follow up this with a good deed, and to wipe it out. And lastly, we make effort on our character. خالق الناس بخلق حسن. We make sure that this is man aslaha. That's why we said the character is not only the actions that you do, but as a result of the effort you make on your heart. The taqwa. Man aslaha ma baynahu wa bayna Allah, aslaha Allah ma baynahu wa bayna khalqi. Whoever corrects that which is between him and Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala corrects that which is between him and the people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.
I don't see stuff like that.